Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo, and it is April 1st, April Fool's Day. I spent about 2 minutes trying to think of some sort of prank to play on you guys, and I just don't have time for it. So we're just going to keep rolling here. Yesterday, we have 7 games on today's NBA slate, and yesterday we had a little bit of a bummer. Amen Thompson beat his 25.5 PRA. Vucevic was the biggest disappointment, only 19 points, rebounds, took him over 24.5. Was feeling good about that matchup against OKC, but that was an absolute stomping, which probably should have seen coming, but I thought maybe Giddy would show up and kind of keep it a little bit closer than that. But Jordan Poole absolutely crushed his points, 14.5. He did this almost in the first quarter. I think he may have actually. He went for 35 points. And then we got Kawhi Leonard 0.5ing us, going for 31. Had a really slow first quarter. And I mean, they won that game, but it was just pretty much the Zubats show, which I caught later with Daily Grind right before the game. They were just super juicing his PRA to go over, and he had a really good outing. But so yeah, 31.5. He goes for 31 flat. For this 7-game slate, I'm actually pretty excited about a lot of the value we're getting right now. I'm going to be going with Scottie Barnes over 6.5 rebounds. We're getting all these same lines on Prizepicks and Underdog today. Zaccharie Risacher, I always have trouble with that one. 19.5 PRA. Feel good about this matchup against Portland. We're going to Josh Giddy today, back-to-back, but he's got this soft matchup against Toronto, 35.5 PRA. That's a sweet spot. I'll take that all day. And then Brook Lopez against my Suns, who are just an absolute dumpster fire right now. I think that he can do more than 21.5 PRA, even in the case of a blowout, which is a real possibility here. But even in that case, I think he can get at least 22. I think he'll be a big part of them blowing the Suns out if that ends up being the case. And yeah, like I mentioned, all these same plays on Underdog. The only difference on Underdog is some of these are like 0.9x because they feel like they're likely to go over, obviously, if they're not giving you the full multiplier. But even with that, the multiplier is still over 5x because Underdog defaults their 4-man flex at 6x instead of 5x, which I love about Underdog. And if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, use code JRUSSO, and they're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip. And they're constantly running promos, boosts, like discounted plays. They have this really cool token that they add every now and again where you just choose the player. You get to choose whatever player you want to just put the huge discount on, which is nice. I usually go for guys that I think will get the job done, but not, don't ever use the token on someone who you already feel good about because it's kind of a waste, So I look for those guys right in the middle there to put those tokens on where you can make your own discount. But yeah, all that information is down below. Let's start talking about today's plays. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment. And if you have any questions about plays, I'm happy to help you out. I'll use my tools. We've been doing that a lot lately, and you guys have been putting plays on my radar that I'm excited about. So yeah, had a good time with you guys yesterday, talking in the comments about different plays, looking stuff up. Since I have access to all the tools, if you don't, just hit me in the comments and I'll do a little bit of research with you. All right, so Scottie Barnes, he's only done this 2 out of his last 5 games, this 6.5 rebounds. 2 of those misses, he was right at 6 though. And he's got this soft matchup against Chicago, which every positional matchup is soft against Chicago. But on top of that, Chicago puts a lot of points on the board. So you have a high over-under, which means a lot of possessions, fast pace, and a lot of shots being taken. So everything just kind of increases a little bit. The shots taken, the missed shots, the opportunity for rebounds. So I like this matchup for Scottie, who is due for a big game on rebounding because he was really going on a run there for a minute there. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, you can see he had 4 out of his last 10. He went for double-digit rebounds. So I feel like he's due here. He hasn't gone more than 2 games without hitting this over this 10-game stretch. So I think he's due for a big one tonight. And let's take a look at the head-to-head. So yeah, the head-to-head for this matchup has been great. He has 3 out of his 6 matchups. He's gone for double-digit rebounds. He's cleared it in 5 out of his 6 head-to-heads. Last 2 times he played them, he went for 10 rebounds and 8 rebounds. So I'm really liking this matchup for him a lot. Averaging 35 minutes a game. I don't know if he'll get that tonight. We'll have to see how close this game is. But 15.2 rebound chances. He doesn't necessarily need that full 35 to get us to 7 rebounds. Let's look at what he's been averaging. I feel like his minutes have been a little bit lower. Yeah, because they're kind of in tank mode a little bit. So yeah, averaging 28 minutes a game right now. So Emmanuel Quickly and I think Jakob Portal are all good to go for this game. RJ Barrett is out once again. So that's a little bit of vacated rebounds. I was looking at the rebounds and assists, but I feel much better about just the 6.5 rebounds. So yeah, over this last 5 games, averaging 10.4 rebound chances, just 1 foul, not getting in foul trouble. Not that that's that relevant if he's not really getting up over that 30-minute mark right now. But let's take a look here and see what Daily Grind thinks in case there's a pivot you guys would like to take. And then at the end of the video, we'll talk about bonus plays. I'll just show you guys the optimizer. Okay, so they're liking his assists a lot, over 5. You could take that, 52.61% odds to hit the over, -128. And yeah, everybody's got this at 5.5. You're getting it at 5 flat on Prizepicks. Again, I like the rebounds better personally. Okay, it may have gone bumped to 7, which I still like. You just have a higher chance of a push. But yeah, they like his full PRA over 29.5. That really doesn't seem bad because this is going to be a high scoring game. It's just a matter of how long they keep this somewhat close. It's not a crazy spread though. Let's look at it real quick. Just a 5-point spread favoring Chicago, 235.5 over under. Like I said, these games are always high scoring. So, you know, you've got Chicago coming off of a back-to-back. So, I mean, yeah, maybe it'll be closer than I would kind of expect. But let's look at some of these other plays for him. They like his points assists over 22. They like his points over 17.5. They do like the rebounds and assists at 12. This was at 12.5 earlier when I didn't take it. So I do like it at 12. So if you're frustrated that the rebounds got bumped, 0.5, and maybe it'll come back down. We'll see. But yeah, the rebounds and assists at 12. So the rebounds went up 0.5. The rebounds and assists went down 0.5. They also like his points rebounds. So yeah, you have plenty of options for Scottie here if you don't want to take those rebounds at 7. Let's move on. All right, who we got here? Zaccharie Risacher. I always like saying the shishay instead of the sushay. Sushay's a little bit harder, but I don't know what he prefers fully. So this has a little bit of expected value on the PRA here. And he just came off this crazy game where he went for 42 with no assists. He put up 36 points on the Bucks. He's cleared it 3 out of his last 5. This dude's just kind of he's given us glimpses of what he's going to be. He's probably going to be a monster next year. But yeah, averaging 28 minutes, shooting 54% from the field on 13.4 attempts, averaging 7.2 made buckets a game. And then we've got 7.5 rebound chances, 2.6 potential assists. The assists aren't a big part of what he's doing, but at 19.5, I'll take it. So let me make sure that's the same. So, okay, yeah, it's the same. I was making sure in this last game that Trae Young was in, so I had him there's a tab here on Outlier. You can put games with player, and you can choose the player you want to see if they were in that game, and then you can also go to games without that player. It's a really cool tool. So yeah, feeling good about this. 34% from beyond the arc. You know, not crazy numbers there, but still 34% isn't bad when you're shooting 6.4. That means he's averaging 2.2 made 3-pointers a game over this 5-game stretch. Let's look at the matchup specifically. So we got small forward. Oh yeah, so it softens up. You can see it's kind of middle of the road here against Portland, which is kind of surprising because they always look like they're playing good defense, and I'm sure they are, but it's not like Orlando type numbers. But middle of the road when it comes to overall, and then when you go to the small forward position, actually is still middle of the road on points, 14th in points, but then it's 25th in rebounds allowed, 27th in assists allowed to small forwards. So I think Trae Young is now probable, so he should be available, which I think actually helps Risacher. He can step up, but when Trae's facilitating and he's a threat from deep, it kind of opens things up for the rest of the team. Anyone else significant here that's out? Not really. Just the same old guys who have been out. pretty regularly. And then, let's see. Okay, so Anthony Simons is questionable currently. So that could change the trajectory of the game a little bit if he's out. Let's see what this spread's looking like. So 237, pretty similar to the Bulls-Raptors game. 237 over-under, high scoring over-under, and then 5-point favorites to the Hawks who are playing at home. Let's take a look at Daily Grind. Hopefully they don't make me type in his whole name. Well, we didn't have to. It's not pulling up all of his stuff, but I can do a little bit more here. That's not that hard. Okay, so they like his points assists the best, 15.5. They've got that at a 50.85% odds to hit the over. It's weird. It's not pulling up. So when he's mixed up with everyone, it's pulling up the PRA. It did just a second ago. Okay, it's malfunctioning a little bit. It's showing the under, but the under is favored at 47.01% odds to hit the under. So I'll have to do the math. That's like, what, 52.99%? So just about 53% odds to hit the over, which would make it his best play. So his points, rebounds, they just had points assists on here too. Kind of having a little bit of a day. Oh, there it is. Okay, very top. Yep, I got it right. 52.99% odds hit the over, minus 131. Everyone's got this one favored to go over. Pinnacle has it at a minus 140 to go over. Points assists, good to go. Points rebounds, good to go. Points alone, they're not necessarily feeling at 14.5. But I saw that was a popular play on Prizepicks. Just give me all of it at 19.5. That's what I'm going to be rolling with. But there's some pivots there if you guys want. Let's keep it rolling. Josh Giddy, due for a bounce back here. Yeah, he's definitely due. This has been a little bit out of character. We know that he had a little bit of a questionable tag over some of these games too, so maybe he has an opportunity tonight to bounce back. His minutes were down a little bit as well. But with this matchup, I like him to be able to just kind of have his way. Let's see. So 18th in points allowed, 16th in rebounds allowed, 5th in assists allowed. He's done this 7 out of his last 10. We know that he's just been on a burner, kind of like capping it off with that monster win against the Lakers. If we look at the head-to-head, last time he played them, he went for 39. And then we have a couple of misses here. So these two misses where he went for 28 exactly in both matchups were with the Bulls. And then these other games were with the Thunder, which we know was like a totally different Josh Giddy. Saw the potential with the Thunder, but he had a different role. They have so much talent. Now he's on a team where he can kind of shine and be the guy, and he's exceeded my expectations. I knew this kid was good, and I knew there was a lot of potential there, but he is like so impressive on this run he's been on. So yeah, let's see. So he played 40 minutes in that last matchup. So I don't expect him to do that tonight. So go with your gut. The 35.5 doesn't scare me at all, but it may scare you a little bit. And we'll look at some pivots if you don't like it. But I just think this is an opportunity for him to bounce back here. So here's a note from Outlier. He's cleared 35.5 PRA in 12 of his last 15 games, averaging 40.3 PRA over his last 15 games. So yeah, I think he's due to bounce back here tonight. And yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if his minutes aren't crazy, if he's got back-to-back games with like 28-ish minutes, and now he's playing in a back-to-back. Yeah, so consider that before you take it, but I've got it locked in. I'm going to be taking it. Let's go back to the last 5. See some more accurate numbers here. Averaging 32.6 minutes a game, 2.4 fouls, 44% from the field on 13.6 attempts. It's kind of crazy to me that he's doing this night after night on 13.6 attempts, but it's because he's such a good facilitator. This is wild. 17.5 potential assists a game over his last 5, and then 15.3 rebound chances. These numbers are absolutely bonkers, man. Just super impressive. Let's take a look at the injury report. So he's not on the injury report at all. They're not even, listing him as probable. It's like, no, he's just not even on the report. So that's a good sign. We got Lonzo Ball, game time decision, and Kevin Huerter still game time decision. Trey Jones been out for a minute too, and that dude was kind of starting to pop off for the Bulls as well. So I'm sure they'll be happy to get him back eventually. Let's take a look at Daily Grind. See what they think. Okay, they like everything for Giddy. They like his blocks over. They like his points, rebounds, at a 51.81% odds to hit the over. They like his PRA, 51.2% odds to hit the over. They're not feeling the points assist alone at 27.5. They like his points alone at 18.5. So yeah, you have some pivot options here if you guys want to divert from the full PRA, but this is just one of those players. You saw those numbers, 17.5 potential assists and like 16.5 potential rebounds or something like that. Like, so I got to have those rebounds and assists attached. All right, so Brook Lopez, this line is just too low for me to not take it. I know he hasn't done it in his last 2 games, but he's due. And this is a soft matchup for him. So 3 out of his last 5, he's got this done, averaging 35.8 minutes a game. They've been kind of tapering off a little bit, but still around that, 30-minute mark. In that last game, 145 to 124, Atlanta just stomped them. So that's probably part of the reason when the game was out of reach that they like just pulled him and he didn't get his full minutes. But 9.4 rebound chances, been kind of getting after it on boards here and there. 3.8 potential assists. He's been having some spike games with the assists too. We know he's a good 3-point shooter. 38%, hadn't been taking as many attempts in these 2 blowouts, but again, that could have been tied to the minutes and the game getting out of reach. But averaging 1.6 made threes a game over this last 5 games on 4.2 attempts. When we look at the head-to-head, so the 2 head-to-heads against Phoenix, one is from last year, and he missed it by one bucket. Would have cashed it for him. Let's see, how many minutes did he play? He did that in 18 minutes, the first matchup. And then next time he played them, which was just on March 24th, 41.6 minutes in a close game that Phoenix actually won. He still went for 36 PRA. He had 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. The matchup, overall, soft on points allowed. Guys are just getting whatever they want in the paint against the Suns right now. It's killing me to watch. But and then 18th in rebounds allowed, 18th in assists allowed. We go over to the center position, and it's just all green. 28th in points allowed, 27th in rebounds allowed, 24th in assists allowed. Let's see. This has got to be... Man, they're being generous to the Suns, thankfully. I mean, I don't know if that's thankfully or not. I don't think this is a 5.5 point spread type of game with the way my Suns have been playing, because it's just been heartbreak. Even though they've been on this little mini run, this whole season has been a disgrace, in my opinion. But 224.5 over under. Milwaukee favored by 5.5, and playing in Milwaukee, so he'll have the home court advantage there as well. Let's take a look. Okay, so they have the PRA as his top play, 52.32% odds hit the over, minus 128. Everyone's got it at 21.5. Everyone's got it favored to go over. Actually, we do have some 22.5 lines here. They like his points, rebounds. They're not feeling the points, assists. They like the rebounds and assists at 7.5 too. So you do have some pivots here. If you guys want to get DG fantasy for yourself, the DFS optimizer, so you can take advantage of these plays that hit the board that last like 5-10 minutes, you can get 25% off. Just use my code JRUSSO. They'll let you lock in that savings for as long as you want, all the way up to a year. So take advantage of it. It's a killer tool. I'm going to show you guys some plays at the top of the board right now. So these are the top plays right now, and you can see when it starts to get super juiced like this, these don't last long because that means someone made a mistake, and it usually gets corrected pretty quickly. This dude, Adem Bona, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this is super juiced. 16.5 PRA, 54.05% odds to hit the over, minus 138. And then we've got Anthony Simons, 7.5 rebounds and assists. We know he's questionable for the game, but sometimes, Prizepicks or these platforms will put out the line real low, knowing that he may not play. And if you take advantage of it and he does play and he's just totally fine, that's, I think, why you're getting that discount there. That's at a 54% odds to hit the over. Buddy Hield, points, assists. They like him to go over the 10.5, 53.9% odds to hit the over. Karl Anthony Towns over 24 points. Minus 137, 53.79% odds to hit the over. So these are the types of plays. Let me see. Sometimes if you just refresh it, some of these are gone. Yeah, see, it changed already. That's why it's important to have it for yourself. They've got this super juiced under on Stefan Castle's 4.5 assists, 55.17% odds to hit the under. Torian Prince, points, rebounds over. So you can see how it works. Some of these stayed, some of them are already gone. That's how fast it goes. But if you have the tool for yourself, you can lock these in pretty quickly, especially if you don't have time to do deep research and you have like 5 minutes to put together a slip. DG can come in clutch for stuff like that. So dgfantasy.com, code JRUSSO. And then if you guys want to try out Outlier, they're going to let you try this for free for a week. So all you have to do is sign up through the link below, and they're going to hook you up with 7 days just to see how you like it. Really get to know it though. Spend some time with it because a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not intimidating. You don't need to be like a math major to understand how to use it. You just need to click some buttons and spend a little bit of time with it and get to know it, because you will do better if you get to know the tools that you're trying out or that you're subscribing to. So, put in the time, guys. That's all I'm saying. So sign up through the link below. Don't need a code. You'll get a free week. And that's going to cover it. If you guys want to come join our Discord, there is a link below for Patreon, and we have a community. We are the first channel that me and my buddy Jordy started is Backdoor Fantasy Sports. So we have that channel too. If you guys want to go over there and get extra content, we put out videos where we collaborate on plays. And so I don't have a premium. I just all of my plays I just put in the Backdoor Fantasy Sports Discord, and so does Jordy. So and we also have some heavy hitters in there too. Our moderators, Bobby and Bean Daddy. Those guys always coming in clutch, putting together plays, and they cover everything in there from esports to like just all the sports. There'll be golf in there when golf starts, stuff that you might not play, but these guys do. So if you want to tail their slips, we share everything in there. So sign up through Patreon below, and then you log into the Discord from Patreon. All the information is through the link if you guys want to go sign up to our premium. So yeah, that's going to cover it, guys. I hope you have a great Tuesday. Hopefully we get some good tacos for today. Would be nice to stack things up to get us through the rest of the week. But I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to like the video. Drop me a comment if you have any questions. I'll catch you in the next one.